Hello all, this is Venkatesh from ElectroPro. Welcome back again for the Friday WhatsApp class on robotics. If you are doing well with the last class, so I hope you understood all about the last class what we have said. And assignment, hope you understood the assignment also. The thing is that today we are going to take day 2 class. It's all about the electronic sensors. Okay, what we cover in this skill one. So in last class, what we saw is overview of all the things, whatever we are going to cover in these 5 days, and what type of robot we have, how to choose the robot, and what is two-wheeler robot, and what are different types of robots, and how to change the sensor, how to how the sensor replacing sensor will changing the application of the robot. We saw that also. So many of them have posted their creativity. So thanks for that. I want others to participate well so that we can understand better, or else take help from others who are lagging and who are struggling to understand this. Those who are 6 years to 10 years or 11 years, those who are struggling to do their own, parents, please help them to get back to cope up with the things because it's very essential skills. These are essential skills. There is because teaching coding and robotics will involve some kind of hardware and sensors in that we should admit that fact so that we need to understand what is going behind instead of giving simple block and asking them to practice. They won't explore anything. They don't understand anything. So if we can help them to understand these basic electronics and sensors, it will help them to catch up things very soon, and it will help them to understand what is happening in the scratch so that the skill, the electronics and sensors and robotics, they won't be magic for them, so they can easily go through this. It, it may be difficult to understand. Ask them to see the video 1 or 2 times or 3 times so that they can understand. Instead they can go for a YouTube and they can find some related videos to understand better that because there will be a more animation videos about each component, so kids can understand better. Ultimate is to understand what is technology, what is there behind it. Okay, so those who are learning this to become a robotics trainer, I want you to work more on this, and whatever I'm sending, what documents, please go through all this and make your own what to say own understanding and own write up. This will help you to become a robotics trainer so that you can understand your kids pulse or student pulse so that we can help them to get better because no two students are same. So we have to when we are dealing with the one-on-one, the course will be same, but content will be changing and the way of teaching will be changed. So in this today class, skill one class, we are all about to dealing with electronics and sensors used in robotics, and we'll test those with the simulation, the basic electronics, and assignment to you. Okay, let's see what is there in this. Yeah, we are into skills based classes from today. So in today we are going to learn about a skill one, that is sense, and data of the course will cover sense based skill. Sense is all about electronics and sensors that will be used in robotics and help you to find out output of the sensor or need. So what we cover in this, so we cover all about electronics, LED resistor connection diagram and testing out with the simulation tool. Yeah, we'll go through the what is the LED and what is resistor and what is the necessity of resistor and what is LED. So all about we cover three sensors in this. So there are many, but we cover three sensors: obstacle sensor, humidity detection sensor, and light sensor. Assignment will be submitted through dashboard, not through WhatsApp chat. So you need to submit your assignment through dashboard. We'll explain you how to submit your assignment at the end. So you need to post your screenshot when chat opens for the review. Make sure your assignment to gets reviewed, because you'll come to know where you are and how much you have to go still. Okay, so let's start with a LED. So I already sent you a basic electronics document through dashboard. Please go through that. In a chat room, it will be available. Let's see what is LED. What exactly the LED is? LED is named as a light emitting diode. Okay, what is why LED called as a diode? In electronics, there is a device called diode. So diode is a one unidirectional device, not a bidirectional, because it will flow from plus to minus, not from minus to plus. Okay, remember there is a diode, the component diode, which is a unidirectional device. Based on that, they made LED out of that, because diode won't give light, but LED light emitting diode. LED, this diode will gives the light. So we call this diode as a light emitting diode. As I told you, diode is a unidirectional device. This LED will work in a unidirectional manner. So you cannot. So if you take a battery and connect to the LED, you need to connect plus to plus and minus to minus. If you reverse it, LED won't glow, because I told you it's a unidirectional device. It will work in only one single direction. The flow of voltage will be in a one single direction. Okay, so let's see what are the terminals and what are the LEDs. So this will be the document I told you about, a basic electronics. Here we covered everything, whatever we require and whatever we're going to cover in a skill one class. So make sure you download it and read this. Even if you don't understand, you just read it where I am explaining, so you can understand better after this. Okay, this is breadboard. Because why breadboard will be used in electronics or electronic modules or any controlling unit, we have many positive and negative pins and multiple connections to be given, because in the space provided by a electronic component on Arduino, we cannot connect as many as. So instead, suppose I need 4 plus 5 volts and 4 grounds. The controlling unit cannot provide that. Okay, so in that case, we use this breadboard to connect multiple parts at a single place, because common places like those who are common, like a ground is a common for many components, right? So in that case, we use this blue line is the, see, this is red is a plus and black is minus. The above and below, if you have a physical component, you'll come to know this. So this is a breadboard. Red will be the plus and the minus will be the ground. Whereas this style vertical lines, you will come to see win breadboard, we don't have any connection between two horizontal lines. Side by side, we don't have connection. That vertical line, we have connection. Vertical holes will be there, right? The blue hole, there will be a connection, but no connection between the two blue lines here. If you want to connect 4 grounds here, we can connect in a single vertical line, not horizontal manner. Okay, this is how it is. This plus is a red line and minus is a blue line. So both the sides, or else we can use like this. Totally plus on one side and minus on one side. Okay, this is how the breadboard, it will be used for many. If you have many connections in a connection, like while connecting a robot, we use some motor driver and other sensors. Those have a more need to power, and those have a ground connections also. In that case, we use these breadboards to manage multiple connections. Okay, what is resistor? We'll come to this later. Okay, this is diode. As I told you, the diode is a two-terminal device. It will allow power in only one direction. It's unidirectional, plus and minus. In electronic terminology, remember, we call plus as an anode and minus as a cathode. So the power, the voltage will go from plus to minus, not to minus to plus. If you give minus, if you give plus to minus, it won't work. It's a unidirectional. It will allow only one direction. It only conducts current in one direction. Okay. So this is how it is made up of. Those who are in electronics background, they can understand this. This is made of silicon and germanium, the materials. Okay, this also comes under science. So silicon and germanium. Whereas LED, yesterday we saw that gallium arsenide and indium phosphide. That is the material difference. So basically, this silicon and germanium material will produce the heat, whereas in LED, gallium arsenide and indium phosphide will produce light. That is the difference between a diode and LED. Diode is one direction and it is a material also different so that it won't produce light, whereas LED will be material difference. The basic property of the material that we are using to make LED emits the light. Okay, this is the symbol of diode. Even for the LED also we use the same that we'll see in LED section. Okay, this is anode and cathode. Remember, anode is plus, cathode is minus. Okay, how to identify this diode? There, if you can take a physical component of diode, there is a white strip, and this that is cathode, that is minus. Okay, remaining the other end of the terminal will be the positive. So light emitting diode. See, LED switch is also known as the light emitting diodes. LEDs work by passing electric current through a microchip. Carries tiny light emitting diodes to illuminate LED. Okay, so I have told you LED is also a diode. Anode is a plus and cathode is minus. So there is only this symbol is there. You can see here. There are two arrow marks. It means it is emitting diode, not just only diode. Okay, as I told you, LEDs are made of gallium arsenide and indium phosphide, gallium phosphide kind of things. So based on the combinations, we work out colors. Okay, you can wonder how the LEDs are changing the colors, different colors like a red, blue, yellow, like a traffic lights, red, yellow, green. These will be changing by into a proportion of materials. Okay, if you add gallium arsenide indium, that will give a dark colors. If you add gallium arsenide indium phosphide, a whole material, it will give a bright colors like a blue. No, basic colors red and white will be a gallium arsenide and indium phosphide. And based on that, voltage differences will be also there. Okay, so next, when it comes to LED, what is the minimum voltage to uh, to LED to glow? Because we have a plus 5 source, like a battery. If you take battery, we have 9 volts battery. We cannot connect that 9 volts battery directly to the LED because LED is a small device. If you give more power to that, it will burst. To glow the LED, remember to glow the LED, we need 2 volts. 2 volts. Out of that, what? How much we have? 9 volts. So how to reduce 9 volts to 2 volts? We cannot use any transformers here or any other devices like, okay. So as it is a DC voltage, there is two voltages. Electronic, remember, all the electronic components will be working at DC voltage. Whereas home appliances like a tube light, fan work under AC, 230 volts. The board, power which is coming from a board in our home is at 230 volts. But electronic components or electronic appliances which you are using in home, those are DC operated. So there will be a conversion going in between from 230 volts AC voltage to what the required DC voltage. Here, almost we need 2 volts, but we cannot use that entire thing here because of for single LED, right? It's not a big appliance. So in that case, we have 9 volts battery, and how much we need for LED? We need 2 volts. So how to convert this 9 volts to 2 volts? There is a device called a resistor. We use that resistor to reduce the flow of current, flow of voltage, flow of current, or whatever we call. So it will reduce the 9 volts to 2 volts by replacing by keeping resistor in between. So what is resistor? Resistor is a color band component. It doesn't have any terminals. It's we cannot if you take any resistor, we cannot make any like a terminals like it's a positive or negative. Okay, we have a resistor. We have a color coding based in every resistor. We will have a color coding. Based on that color coding only, we will identify what are the colors in what is the number of that. Like basically, we calculate resistance as an ohms. Okay, we have, as you see here, we have a 5 band resistor here. See, this is how the resistor will look like, looks in a original component. So we have this. We have 5 components. Out of that, we'll take 4 or 3. Basically, 4 colors will be there. Or 5 band resistors. If we take, we can take this 5 band resistor, and what we do is how to calculate this. First, 2 colors will be side by side, and next will be the multiplier of 10 power. Okay, suppose we have a resistor with following colors, which is orange, brown. So how to find out this value? So as you see, there is a color coding between that. There is a color code table is also there. So as orange will be the 3, I'll show you the table, and next orange will be the 3. Okay. So first 2 colors we need to keep side by side, and next will be the 10 power. Okay. 10 power 1. 10 power brown. Brown will be the 1. So 10 power 1 means 10. 33 into 10. That is 330. Okay. 330 ohms. Actually, no ohms it is. To measure the resistance, will measure resistance in ohms. Whereas in voltage V and current in I amps. Okay. Voltage and volts. Remember that. So if you have a resistor with the following colors like orange, orange, brown, the first 2 colors will be side. Make sure it's the side by side, and next will be 10 power. Next immediate color will be the 10 power, and yeah, we have a 330 ohm resistor here. So there will be a color coding with that. Orange, there is a color table based on the colors. We have a color table, so we can find it in document 2. So, but how to reduce 9 volts to 2 volts, because we have voltage source of 9 volts, whereas LED needs 2 volts. Okay, there is a law called Ohm's law. Okay, resistance will be directly proportional to current and current and voltage. So V equal to IR. Okay, whereas we'll do this here. Ohm's law V equal to IR. V means voltage, and I means current, and R means resistor. So how to calculate resistance? because we have voltage and current ratings. Okay, so V equal to R by I. Sorry, R equal to V by I. Yeah. So now V source minus V LED by I LED. Current of the LED. Okay, this is the formula. So V source, what we have, how much we have? Voltage source of 9 volts we have. And how much the LED voltage? 2 volts minus 2 by ILED is 20 milliamps. Okay, milliamps, that is there in LED. So you just mention that. So out of 7 by 20 milliamps, milli means 10 power minus 3. Okay, once you calculate this, it will come around 220 ohms or 330 ohms, more or less. Okay, if you can calculate, if you can calculate this, more or less 220 ohms or 330, it comes around 230. But as in the case of resistance, we don't find the exact value of our resistance or how much we get here. So in that case, available resistance for LEDs, resistance for LED is 330 ohm. Okay, you can use this is a available in the market. We can use this for standard. Make this as a standard, and 330 we use whenever we need to connect resistance LED to the battery. We must use resistance in between. Otherwise, it will burst because of this voltage difference. Okay, so the 330 ohm resistance, the color coding will be the color coding be the orange brown. Okay, so we use the resistor for LED like this. Okay, so hope you understood this resistance and color coding. So let's see. Now we found out resistance, suitable resistance for LED. How to connect that? See, this is LED. Okay, this is LED has a two terminals. The bigger one will be the plus anode, and smaller one will be the minus. Now we already identified that required resistance to connect to LED. So this is 330 here. Okay, now take battery here. How much voltage it is? 9P. Yeah. So this one end of the resistor will go to plus, and one end of resistor will go to battery plus. Okay, like this. Whereas minus will go to minus, because I told you LED is a diode. It will work in only one direction, not in a different direction. So you need to give minus to minus and plus to plus. Instead of giving this 9 volts directly to LED, we are using resistor to control that, to make it 9 volts to 2 volts to LED to blue, or else it will burst. If you This is the perfect connection to the LED to make it blue. Okay, so we'll try this in a simulation tool also. So don't worry. Hope you understood this up to this LED, resistor, and the battery. The need of these three, and regarding resistance and color coding kind of thing, you can find out some good videos or else in this document itself you can do this. You can go through the document and you can understand that. Okay, yeah, this is the standard. I told you, no, orange is 3, 330, orange is 3, and yellow green there will be a color coding like this. You just go through this document so you can understand. You just try different resistors that are okay. Next we'll see this in a simulation tool, how this will work. Yeah, so far we covered LED and we identified the terminals of LED and resistor. We saw the resistance, color coding, and how to connect with the resistor. The connection diagram also we do. Now what we left with now is the testing out with the simulation tool. Yes. So here we're going to test with the simulation tool. I will send you this link. There is a Tinkercad. Tinkercad simulation tool it is. It is an online tool. Okay, so before this is very good tool. Before we go into physical component, we can test our code here. Then we can test with our physical component. Okay, this will be recommended, but it's not the permanent thing to test to learn real time programming and all. Because this is for just a virtual tool. This is a virtual tool where we will find out as a basic starter with basic robotic starter. This will be fine. So if you go on next levels, this won't be, because robotics is a thing one which makes their hands dirty with the electronics and the stuff and everything. That's how where we need to work with a physical kind of thing. So now we'll see that connection diagram with the resistor. So left side, for the right side, you are going to see the components, the basic components. Here you will have many components. So now we'll go with the basic component, and this is a tool where once we done with the connection, we use this tool to simulate. Okay. So here this will be the rotate. This will be the rotate. If you want to delete the component. Okay. So now we'll drag and drop. Here you can find this LED. This is how we need to drag and drop on resistance. As I told you, resistance will be in ohms, and ohms resistance we are going to use 330. Okay, yeah. Now one more, what we need, battery. This is 9 volts battery. Okay, this is 3 volts battery will be there. You can use this or either this. So I'm going to drag this. See, when you put cursor on this sensor, you will find out what is anode and what is cathode. Anode is plus and cathode is minus. Okay, remember that. So anode will go to one end of the resistor. Okay, you can make this as a red always, and other terminal will go to okay. Okay, we'll rotate some more. Okay, other end of the resistor will go to the positive terminal here. Positive will be red again. Yes. Okay. Negative, the cathode will go to negative. Okay, make sure that whenever we are giving connection, direct connection, like we are testing out, like we are giving output pin of the connection, give green, and make any standard wiring so that we can identify the circuit easily. Okay, we can drag and drop this. Now, once we're done with the connections, it's time to simulate it. Okay, see here you are going to see the connection here. It's glowing, right? So we give the proper connection to the LED. So we make sure anode should be connected to battery plus through resistor, and negative will cathode will be connected to negative of the battery. If your connection is proper and you click on start simulation, LED will glow. Otherwise, LED will stop glowing. Okay, hope you understood this. This is how the connections will be. Just you just drag and drop. See, instead you can use click on that and delete. You can use this coin cell loop. Okay, so where you have plus here, connect positive, and the color will be red. Cathode will be negative. Okay, see, it's glowing. You can try with a 9 volt battery, either with a coin cell also. It will work. Okay, so this is about let's say LED resistor and connection diagram and testing with the. So we done with the basic electronics like LED resistor connection diagram. We already tested with the simulation tool. So now it's time to assignment. How to submit this as a assignment? I want you to. There is no new circuit and all. You just try this and submit it as a assignment. Okay. So how to submit assignment through dashboard? Submitting assignment through dashboard. Just go to your link. Okay. If you have any doubts or anything, you just click on here. You can directly leads to WhatsApp and you can find out our other social media links here. Okay. So this is how I'm going to log in. Once you log in here, you can see your project section. Already shared file with you here in this. You just access that. And comes to project, how to submit this as assignment. Okay, click on plus here. The right corner we have you'll find a plus symbol here. Click on this and you just mention the project name. Like I'm going to mention skill one assignment. Just mention start date and mention one more date. If you have a mix of one day difference will be there or something. Okay, mention here. I'm going to just try type any content with about LED and whatever connection diagram in your own words. Here I'm going to submit assignment. Skill one, which is connection diagram of LED. Resistor and battery. Okay, just type in your words and write something and associated with that. If you have any using any software tools, simulation tools, you just mention here. If you have physical kit, you can mention that Electro Pro robotic kit. Okay, Tinkercad. Tinkercad simulation tool I'm using. Creators. If you take help of any other, so you can. Okay, you can if they registered with Electro Pro, you can mention that. Okay, so like this, you can use any creators along with the this person. I made this project. Okay, so attachment. So what I'm suggesting you is okay. You can see when you click on a share button, you'll find some download option here. You just download that simulation circuit of yours. Okay, and submit it there. Now select file, just select this file. Okay, select this file and click on submit. There is no space should be there after this. Please make sure space should not be there. So once you click on submit, the assignment will be here. Okay, 18/8/2020 and 1980 will end. Here I'm going to submit. Yeah, this is how we need to submit assignment. What you do is you can see this in a projects view. Okay, this is for your projects, and this will be for to view all the projects who are out there. Okay, so this is me who I created assignment of this date. Okay, you just take a screenshot of this and post it in a WhatsApp group for the review. Okay, okay, so you can click on this and you can submit this as a screenshot for the review. Make sure you need to submit assignments like this from coming on. From every class, you will have an assignment like this, and you are going to submit your assignments in this manner. Okay, hope you understood. Yeah, so far we covered electronics, all about electronics. So we are going to cover now with what is sensors. Okay, we are going to cover obstacle sensor, human detection sensor, and light sensor. How to work with that, and what are the features of that. Okay, and what is the assignment in that? Let's see. Okay, when you see in a document, you'll find out some called LDR, light dependent resistor. This is a light sensor where actually I mentioned about light following robot, right? Where whenever there is a light, my robot has to follow the light. Or whenever it is dark, it has to stop. So in that case, to make that kind of robot, we use this kind of sensor called light sensor, LDR, light dependent resistor. It is also there is a name called resistor. Already you know what is the resistance. Resistance is it's to oppose the low voltage or current. Okay. So what is this resistor based on light? Light. It is dependent on resistor will be dependent on light. Whenever there is a light on this sensor, suppose if you put torchlight on this sensor, this offer very low resistance. Okay, so that it will act as a closed switch, so it allows the power. So if you don't put light on the sensor, it acts as a high resistance. So it will act as an open switch. It won't allow any power into the circuit. That is simple. Open switch and closed switch. So as we don't have a button, we are not using switch here, sliding switch or something. Instead that we are using resist LDR as a switch. How this will work? It will work on a based on light and resistor, light and resistance. Okay. So is LDR is a light dependent resistor. Whenever there is a light on this, like a mobile torch or torchlight on this sensor, it offers very low resistance. It acts as a closed switch. It allows the power. Okay, when you put the power, when you close the switch, it will allows the power, right? So like that, it will when you put that light on the sensor, it will act as a closed switch. When you don't put a light on the sensor, it acts as an open switch and it offers very high resistance. It won't allow any power. That's a simple concept of this. Okay, as you someone posted in the group, so it will made up of calcium sulfate and metal film contact will be there. As like a same like a resistor, it won't have any what to say terminals like a positive or negative. Either you can use it anyway. It will work. Okay, so to do light following robots, we use this kind of sensors. Okay, so the battery we already discussed about this. This is a switch. Okay, so this is how the switch will be: open switch and close switch. So the LED LDR will acts like this exactly. So testing of the components, we use this motor to convert electrical energy to mechanical energy. So we saw the STEM concept out of it in this also as yesterday. So this is how the motor will be. So now we'll see some of the testing components we saw in this. So we already tried this in a simulation tool by connecting battery and resistance and wire with the breadboard. So we can make LED to glow. So that's what we did there. So this is our resistor with LED. Okay. So LED with the switch also we can do. So whenever we press the switch, LED will glow. If not, LED will stop. You can try this as a